Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Shalom. Call hello, Yahweh. Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Kakodash. Alright, it's all praises to the Most High Yahweh, His Son Yahushua. And double honors, of course, go out to the apostles, bishops, and elders, great millstone, alright, who continue through the Holy Spirit to give us His truth. Day in, day out, week in, week out. Alright, this is Mama of the DC camp, and also salutations go out to the other Akim out there on the highways and byways throughout the four corners of the world, pushing this truth with all honesty and sincerity, trying to wake up the remaining hope for the elect. Well, as we've always said, and this is from Fortune magazine, this is by way of news break. It says, and this is China, it says, supermarket chain under fire over its use of Orwellian facial recognition technology and secret watch list to cut crime. It says the Southern Co-op chain, which has stores across the south of the UK, has come under fire from Big Brother Watch, which described the group's Face Watch security system as Orwellian in the extreme. Think Minority Report. They should remind you of that. You think they just drummed that up out of nowhere? You know, just out of thin air? No. This has been in the running for quite some time. All right? And for all of you all that said, well, you know, the conspiracy theories, you know, you want to play that card. Well, these things are going to happen whether you believe it or not. These are the goes to the prophecies. All right? It doesn't matter if you believe. In fact, that's a scripture, right? All right, let's get that real quick. All right, let's go to Romans 3:3. It says, the oracles. What are oracles? Let's see, I read at the top. It says, what advantage hath the Jew, or what profit is there of circumcision? Much every way, chiefly because that unto them were committed the oracles of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. Let's see what they're talking about there. Oracles. Could it be?
Strong's G 3051. Log in.
Log in. A brief utterance, a divine oracle, doubtless because oracles were generally brief. In the New Testament, the words or utterances of the Most High, of the contents of the Mosaic Law. So these things, these prophecies, these utterances, these dark sayings, these proverbs, all these things are going to come to pass. It says, verse 3, for what if some did not believe? That's the question. So what if some of these people do not believe? It says, shall their unbelief make the faith of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua without effect? For the Most High forbid, yea, let the Most High be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mayest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged. All right? There's a whole lot of judgment coming down the pipe, you best believe. But back to this. We've been out there on the highways and byways, you know, from the apostles on down, their teachers before them, trying to tell our people, the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American, and those that are scattered abroad, all right, that these things are coming to pass. And if at this point you cannot see that these things are going down, you got issues, you got problems. Because that's what we're all out here on the highways and byways for, to help you get your shit in order, get your mind right, all right? Isaiah 33:6, let's get that real quick. This is what we're doing, or attempting to do. But some of you, as I just read in Romans 3, you're still not going to get it. This is Isaiah 33 and verse 6. It says, behold, whoops. Here it is, verse 6. I don't know what that was. I had to change over. It says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. This, what we're giving you, these wisdoms, is want to keep you from bugging out. All right? It says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Most High Yahweh is his treasure. And fear, of course, of the Most High is the beginning of wisdom. All right? But you'd be surprised how many, maybe again you won't, but people that don't fear the Most High. Look at the world the way it is. That's proof in and of itself. Anyway, it says sign up. Anyway, it says a British supermarket chain is facing a legal challenge over its use of Orwellian facial recognition technology and secret watch lists to cut crime in its stores. The Southern Co-op chain, which has stores across the south of the UK, has come under fire from Big Brother Watch, a privacy group which described the group's face watch security system as Orwellian in the extreme, deeply unethical and chilling. Well, it's just a sign of the things to come, all right? And it goes to what we've been telling you about these elite bankers. This is the world that's to come very shortly. These things, these upheavals in the world, you got to understand this is worldwide. Worldwide in a sense, meaning the whole earth. All right, oikumene. All right. Why? Because there is a paradigm shift coming to play. Let's get that real quick. All right. Because of what? And it's driven by, all right, let's go to paradigm shift. A radical change in thinking from an accepted point of view, which has been what was in the past. All right. To a new one, which is shortly to come, necessitated when new scientific discoveries, what have they been saying and screaming in your ear for the last 2 years? Trust the science. Trust the science. This is the wicked one's God, his science. Because definitely the Most High, the power of Israel is not. All right? They are the wicked. We're talking about the Edomites. They call themselves white today. These are descendants of Jacob's brother, Esau. All right? And a lot of them have been pretending to be us, you know, over there in our land now, which is just filthy now because of who's been in it. All right, and that has to be cleansed. All right, anyway, let me read this again. This is a radical change in thinking from an accepted point of view to a new one, necessitated when new scientific discoveries produce anomalies in the current paradigm. Let's see what that word anomaly means as it pertains to this. What? As a noun, deviation or departure from the normal. Isn't that what's happening? And you still got people, well, everything's going to go back to normal. No, they have come out and said, representatives of these elites have said that it's not going back to the way it was. Klaus Schwab said that himself. Things aren't going, if you're waiting for things to go back to normal, you're just going to be waiting. All right? This is going to be, what do you think we say when they say New World Order? What do you think it means, people? Just that, New World Order. And when they change this currency, which is coming, sooner than a lot of people expect or have expected, we're fucked. See, they try to tell, they're trying to build a case now for, well, it's more secure, it's more convenient, and that's how they get a lot of the simps among us. You are giving away whatever little freedoms that you thought you had because of fear, mainly. Unsubstantiated fear. Like the big thing going now is the MP. That's supposed to be the next world medical emergency. Deviation or departure from the normal or common order, and that's what they use to facilitate this. Fear. To facilitate this change. Fear. As the scripture says, the simple believeth every word. And we got some simps out there. Deviation or departure from the normal or common order, form, or rule. One that is peculiar, irregular, abnormal, or difficult to classify. We'll leave it at that. I think you get the point. Oh, man. Anyway, continuing on. It says, in a complaint to the UK's Information Commissioner's Office, Big Brother Watch said the supermarket is adding customers to secret watch lists with no due process, meaning shoppers can be spied on, blacklisted across multiple stores, and denied food shopping despite being entirely innocent. Now, I just did my last video on something a little similar, but it's mentioned something here about due process. All right, you got to remember, we as a people have been spied on. It's like, when haven't we been spied on? But the difference here with all this new technology, once you get blacklisted in one, where do you think that information is going to go? And this gives also warning for this social credit system. All right, it may not stop there. All right, you know, I don't think people thought this through, and those who support shit like this. All right, Southern Co-op's technology captures images of customers as they enter, converts those images into biometric data, and compares that information to a database of known individuals who have committed crimes or displayed antisocial behavior in their stores. Now, the antisocial behavior, that's kind of subjective. All right, it is. And this is where, you know, especially for our people, you know, and we're always the ones that get left holding the bag, so to speak, you know, so it's like, what can you say, man? If you don't know by this time, it's like, wow. But the good thing about it, people other than us are going to feel this, you know, and that's where the problem is really going to arise, because you got, and I'm talking about these Edomites and so-called white people, they're not used to being treated like, let's just say, second-class citizens, all right? And this is where you're going to get your resistance from, because Jake is just, you know, as the scripture says, who's going to rouse him up, you know? But still in that docile, you know, state. But these Edomites, they're already making plans, all right? And there will be a civil war. Continuing on, it says, in response, the supermarket told forces, we would welcome any constructive feedback from the ICO as we take our responsibilities around the use of facial recognition extreme. I mean, they've been working on this for a while. And then there's been this thing where it says it has a problem, these AIs, in recognizing Jake, you know. Anyway, so it says facial recognition extremely seriously and work hard to balance our customers' rights with the need to protect our colleagues and customers from unacceptable violence and abuse. And you've seen a lot of videos from TikTok and maybe WorldStar where especially the so-called black woman all doing all kinds of trifling shit in these restaurants, namely, all right, and just, wow. Of course, they used to like use whatever we do as an excuse anyway. But anyway, it says the superorgan added that the system does not store images of an individual bullshit unless they have been identified in evidence as an offender, including those who have. Why would you trust? Like I said, never trust thine enemy. All right. Global controversy. It says in its infancy, biometric technology was almost exclusively used in policing, especially in China, but it is now being used in publicly accessible spaces and by private companies in the US as well as the UK, sparking a worldwide debate on privacy and pressure on governments to limit its use. In Australia, retail giants JB, Hi-Fi, Kmart, and Bunnings were referred to as unreasonably intrusive by privacy regulator choice for their use of facial recognition technology on customers. A recent review in the UK by Matthew Ryder, QC, warned that government intervention is urgently needed, while in June of this year, Europe's privacy regulators called for a ban of use of facial recognition technology in public spaces. In the US, why am I not surprised about this? Companies such as Microsoft, Amazon, and IBM have stopped selling facial recognition systems to law enforcement due to fears over racial profile. All right, like I just said earlier, right? Because they say they had problems identifying Jake. All right. So they're worried about a lot of lawsuits, and rightfully so. And here's some of the comments. I like to get to these. All right. Stephen Johnson says, not a good idea. Large privacy concerns. Look at China. All its citizens treated like robots, cattle. You don't think that's coming here, you dumbass? He says, no privacy, no life, all slaves to the CCP. You know, it's going to be refreshing to see people like themselves eat those words, because they believe that America's shit don't stink, and it's been stinking for quite some time. It says, if these are used, the government will have full control and even more evil things are going to happen. I pray against this in, oh, okay, what? You know, that's one of those Christians. All right, but we know, hey, we want this to come. All right, because this is our hell here. Christy Borton, this is exactly what we need, because these waste of oxygen shoplifters, need to get stopped or our entire society will crumble. What, because of a few shoplifters? Is it right? Wow. And you're just the kind of person I do not want to be around personally. It says, I am 1,000% on board and have been waiting for this to happen for quite a while. Remember what I said about certain people, how they get you? So they're 1,000, she's 1,000% on board. Let's see who this is. Wait a minute. It's not going to take me there. Okay, anyway. So, this is one of these people that you just pray that they get caught up in something like this. All right? Shoplifters. This is because of our entire society will crumble. It's already gone. Stupid ass. All right. And the next, I just added more comments. The next commenter says, shoplifters on the UK are what you're concerned about? Laugh out loud, get real. Somebody else says, watch the screens at Walmart. They scan you and light you up differently depending on person and if a face cover is used. Yes, they have them. Just walking down the street, you are monitored by cameras using facial recognition software. What's the difference? And the next one says that should not be happening either. It says, you mean just like the United States of America? Orwell was a prophet. Probably is trying to stop shoplifting. Everybody's about jokes, okay. It says Walmart has been doing it for decades. MCAT says we are all under surveillance now and don't even know it. It's all over the world. What did I say about this being worldwide? Aries says, and I did not know this, but it's not like I doubt it or am in total disbelief. Aries says, I know of a well-known U.S. chain that purchased listening devices for their locations about 5 years ago. Apparently, they would be able to hear what customers were saying about their products. Nothing surprises me anymore. Nicholas Pattern. This is why I'm always careful about doing any business on my phone in these stores. Walmart can read your text while you walk through their store. See? All big stores have it. G Home says, nothing new. Yeah, and plus you got a few idiots on there. I'm gonna stop right there that just don't get it. All right. But once again, this has been on the. People don't realize how much more of a slave you're going to be when all this shit is implemented. All right. They're still in some kind of dream state, about, worried about things going back to what they consider normal. Not realizing what I just said about this paradigm shift. And that's it. It's never going back to the way things were. We are right on the cusp of 2nd Ezra's 15th chapter, from 14th verse on down. Just going full blown. All right. And of course, 16th chapter, 2nd Ezra 16. All right. It is so close. That's why they're warning, they're telling people, and people think it's a joke. Again, the conspiracy theorists, to start stocking up, get your shit in order, like I said at the top. All right, they're not saying these things for nothing. And you keep having that the boy who cried wolf mentality. All right. Hey, you're just gonna get left out there. All right. Hey, so with that, I hope whoever views this, of course, is edified. That's what we aim to do here. Filter everything through the scriptures. All right, and hopefully, maybe those who are of the elect can wake up. That's what we're here for. Hey, so with that, until the next video, hey, shalom.